Right.
Look at the camera or look at you?
Look at the camera.
Look at the
Either way.
camera, okay.
The thing is, we don't have that much space on the other side. So we were at the summit today. This is Leadership Day, which is Sunday, but it's also Workshop Day and other things. And the most interesting conversation I had was with Mike Hughes, and also listening to his opening address, talking about the need to be a little more transparent and show that we're wrestling with the problem rather than just always presenting the solution, which is an interesting focus because, I mean, first of all, it will help build trust in our leaders, knowing that they're not always giving us the solution, but they too are wrestling with problems. But it's an interesting focus for a blog because I had another conversation with somebody who said they were a little bit hesitant to start blogging because they weren't an expert in what they were talking about, and they didn't want to show their noviceness, whatever. They didn't want to show that they were not an expert on it because they were trying to pitch themselves as a professional. So I kind of see these as two antithetical sort of trends. On the one hand, you don't want to have all the solutions, you want to wrestle with the problems. But if your problem is that you don't have enough knowledge about something, if you're just learning, then it doesn't seem like that's as advantageous either. So Paul, what do you think about this? Is this a dilemma, or are these apples and oranges?
Well, I think that there's a need or a desire as a technical communicator to sound like we know what we're talking about. I blog on my website, and I don't want some future employer to come back and look at my blog and say, man, he just sounds like he's rambling on about nothing. So I want to feel like I know what I'm talking about before I post to a blog, so I can understand that. On the other hand, I think that the
Hi, excuse me. How long are the rooms open for internet?
I don't know. We're doing a video cast right here, so unless you want to be on YouTube, you're welcome to come in. Anyway, sorry, Paul. Keep going. What were you saying? No, we're good.
We're not going to edit this?
No, this is live. We're wrestling with the problem right here.
But I think that transparency is especially important coming from STC leaders. I think that one of the things I heard over and over again today at Leadership Day was the membership, for some reason, doesn't trust the STC board, which is interesting considering that the STC board are members, they're volunteers. They're just people like you or me who volunteer to run for a society level office. We're not talking about the STC staff, we're not talking about, we're talking about actual just members who have achieved a level of prominence by running for national office. And there's this feeling among some members that they can't trust the STC board because they feel like they're going to get a filtered or some sort of promotional type message from them. And I think that's unfortunate, especially having met most of the board members today. I think they're genuine and sincere people, but we have an issue to overcome if our membership doesn't feel like they can trust the leadership, whether it's the chapter level or the society level.
But does transparency build trust?
Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely. If you feel like, if you're a member of STC, just a random member of a chapter somewhere, or not even a member of a chapter, but just a member of STC, and you feel like that when you email or you hear from a member of the society leadership that they are being honest with you, that they're being open about the problems they're facing, the potential solutions that they have, or are thinking about, and how they came to the decisions that they've made, I think that the community is going to trust that much more than if they hear what they think is just some spun answer that is the politically correct or the outward-facing answer, and they don't feel like the real answer is being discussed.
Let me throw another devil's advocate kind of objection there. So I listened to Bernard Ashwaubenon give his progression on how he and his team re-engineered their chapter. And what's interesting listening to Bernard is it's very clear what somebody told me last year when I interviewed them about it. He is a visionary. He has confidence in a direction that he's going. And it's very easy, in my opinion, it would be very easy to kind of fall in line with him and follow him because he's so confident of this vision about how things should be. If he were to adopt a position of like doubt and I don't know which way to go and maybe this is right and maybe this is wrong, is that going to inspire people to follow that? Is that what a leader does?
I don't think you have to necessarily show doubt as much as you need to show confidence that what you're doing, and show that you're listening. People want to feel like the chapter leaders, the community leaders, or the national leaders are listening, and that they've been heard. Because if you stand up and say, hey, we have a problem here, this is a really big concern, and you don't feel like anybody is listening or hearing, then you're not going to trust the answer that comes out. But if they can say, yeah, we've heard your concerns, we understand that you are worried about decreasing membership, we understand that you're worried about chapter funding models, or we understand that you're worried about this other problem, and we have solicited your feedback, and based upon the decision that the board has come to, trying to make the best decision for the society as a whole, we've decided to go forward going this way, and this is why we're going to do it. They can do it with confidence. I don't want to see doubt from our leadership at chapter level or society level, but I do want to see that they have listened, they've heard, and then they've made a decision after contemplating all kinds of different opinions and viewpoints.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. I guess it's, I've kind of painted it as an either or, and it's not really. You can be transparent, you can listen, but you can also inspire confidence. And
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks, Paul. Again, this is from the STC Summit in Dallas, and this is an experiment. We'll see if it works. So, thanks again.
Thank you.